Welcome back. I'm here with an amazing guest with me today to help me with my confidence series. And I'm loving what she's doing because Miss Farah Green is all about body positivity. She has the Body Positive Nutritionist. She's an author, podcaster, nutritionist. She takes care of women who are maybe not considered, healthy on a regular basis, all about positive body image. She teaches women how to transform their bodies through body positivity and nutrition, which is absolutely amazing because I love to eat and I don't always eat healthy and always positive. So welcome to the show, Miss Farah Green. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be on this platform.
Well, good. I was looking at your Instagram and your website, and I was watching you make the pancakes the other day. I'm like, I need to make them pancakes too from scratch, but I ain't do it yet. And just everything that you have, I think it's really great for one, not just women older, but young women who are concerned about not looking like the Instagram model or what society thinks we should look like or what everyone looks like. And I just love your platform on being a nutritionist, one, but all about body positivity, like loving the skin you're in first, so you can have, work towards your goal. So tell us more about about who you are and what you're doing for us.
Yeah, definitely. So I started the Thick, Bold, and Healthy movement really to help women embrace their curves and master their health through body positivity, wellness, and nutrition. I started this about 2 years ago now. I was suffering from depression and I was struggling with my body image. And as a result, I was hitting the gym every single day at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
Running to and from my apartment to the gym, doing a 1-hour circuit training, and then I would run back. And within that year of doing that constantly, I couldn't lose weight. And so as a result of that, I was like, there are so many women who are struggling with these same body image issues that I'm having. I can't lose weight because I'm stressed out. As a result of me being stressed out, I'm crying myself to sleep at night, having suicidal thoughts. I'm living in Seattle, Washington alone, all while trying to plan my big dream wedding. So, yeah, it was like my mind and my body was having this physical fight. And I was just like, what's wrong with me? Like, I just felt like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't worthy. I felt like I wasn't enough for the person that I was about to marry. And even on my wedding day, I was finding that I was comparing my body, my shape, my body image, my looks to my bridesmaids. And I'm supposed to be the gorgeous woman, there.
It's your day, right? It's you.
Right. But here I am picking at my body, not being confident in the skin that I'm in, having body image issues, hiding my body. And I just remember not feeling like myself. And so a year later after my wedding, I had moved to California. So I moved out of Seattle, Washington, and I moved to sunny California, and I started running 5Ks and 10Ks. And I ended up running my first half marathon once I moved back to the East Coast. But within that year, I learned so much about my body, and I learned so much that it's not about necessarily, dieting or restricting yourself from certain foods. It's just all about balance and learning how to eat right for your body type. So as a result of me learning my body and running and being active and just looking for ways to heal myself internally, I was successful at it. And so I seen my body transform because I was focused more on body positivity and nutrition. My body transformed. My numbers were excellent going into the doctor. I don't suffer from any chronic illnesses. I'm no longer suffering from, thank you. I'm no longer suffering from depression. I'm not having any suicidal thoughts. And most importantly, I'm not comparing myself, to other people on Instagram. And I just love the skin that I'm in. And so I just knew that more women needed my platform, and more women need a platform to where they can learn about health and wellness and being comfortable in their own skin without being told that they have to be skinny. And so this platform is for curvy women, and we create wellness solutions for curvy women by curvy women. So, yeah.
So let me ask you this, because there's always a root. There's always something that pushes us over the edge. So you had depression, you didn't feel like you were enough. I mean, you had the fiance, someone wants to marry, you're planning the wedding, and you still were not feeling enough. You're
Yeah.
comparing yourself, which is that's a cancer on its own, comparing yourself, because then you never think you're enough. And then it can
Right.
turn ugly, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when did you lose the confidence, or was it always missing? You didn't realize it until you're trying to meet this goal of plan this wedding and look a certain way, because we all women want to look good for prom and your wedding day, or we do it by event, right? Like, I'm going to this function, I need to get in this dress, let me lose a good 15 pounds, lose a dress size. And then we don't do it, we beat ourselves up, we eat more, or we do some destructive things to our body. And then, all those things, and it brings a chemical imbalance, right? So what happened, or were you confident before and then something happened in your life, or did you realize you probably never had it and this amplified it? So what was it for you?
Yeah, for me, it was, since I was like 16 years old, I've always been on diets. Like, I remember literally being 15 years old and being 165 pounds, and said I have to be 150, 145 pounds by my sweet 16. So I can look a certain way in my sweet 16 dress. And so looking back at those photos of my sweet 16 dress, I was like, dang, you skinny girl. Like, you like you wasn't, eating. And I remember that time because I was hungry. I was hungry. And after my sweet 16, I ended up getting the weight back, and I said, never again will I put myself, through that stress of wanting to lose weight, because I was hungry. Your girl was starving. Okay, I was I was counting all my calories. I was, taking out the measuring cup. I was measuring soup. I literally remember measuring soup, and my
It's so
mom would be
stressful. It's so
mad.
stressful. Yeah.
And when I lost the weight, I felt beautiful on my sweet 16. But now looking back years later, I'm like, I was really thin. And I remember that time just being really, really hungry. And then as I went through high school and as I went through college, my body has always fluctuated. Because in college, it was like one semester I wasn't as stressed. And then the next semester I was really stressed out. So that would also pack on weight gain, because I'm not in the gym as I, normally am. And I realized that my worth was coming from my worth was dependent on my weight. So over the years, since I was 15, 16 years old, doing diets, working out 2 times a day, going into college, and watching my body fluctuate. One semester, 20 pounds down. The next semester, I'm 20 pounds up. I'm trying all these different lifestyle fat diets. I'm hitting the gym hard. And I realized that my confidence was determined by the number on the scale. And the icing on the cake was when I moved to Seattle and I was by myself. And that's when I realized that, okay, you're going through depression, you're having a hard time getting through, your day-to-day work. But not only that, you are tired of being the size that you are, and you're struggling with your body image. And I was just like, hold up, this is backwards. I should honestly learn how to love myself first. And then if I want to lose weight, then lose the weight. Or if I want to tone, then tone. Or if I want to stay the same size that I am, because my confidence level has built, my self-love has built for myself, then I'm going to stay the same size. But I feel like honestly the root, of all of this was at the age of 16 determining my worth based on the number on the scale.
Just for a sweet 16.
Yep. It just started out with a sweet 16.
And it's funny how it starts. And it's always when we're younger. There's always something that triggers us and it stays with us. And you may not even realize it, but it stays with you. And for me, I was an athlete from elementary. I played softball in the summertime. I did summer track. Then I did volleyball, basketball through junior high and high school. So I was made to work out every day after school because I had to go to practice. Right. No one teaches you how to eat properly. No one teaches you how to, and my family's from the Caribbean, so the portion size is huge. The food is plentiful and it's good and it's everything. So, and for me, it was being compared to others, compared to my sister, because I'm the youngest of 4, only 2 girls, and I'm the heavier one out of all the siblings in some type of way. The guy, my brothers, I hate them because my one brother doesn't gain an ounce of weight. I'm like, no gray hair, no weight gain. What's wrong with you? The other one, and they both did the military, so they always were working out. My sister was always, didn't have the issue of skin, never had a breakout, pretty smooth shit. You know what I mean? Love her. But it's just like, and then I've been compared like, oh, Terry's so pretty. Okay. You know what I mean? Or parents saying things to you and not knowing it's hurtful. Like, if you just lose a little bit of weight. And I've always been bottom heavy and curvy. And so, you're playing sports, you maintaining it. And then you get out of high school, you're like, I'm not doing this, but still getting my 2-piece and a drink, please. Thank you. And that freshman 15 turning freshman 20 turn into, oh, this is some grown. I'm looking real grown right now. I'm dragging a whole lot of weight. You know what I mean? But for me, a whole lot. But for me, I've always been confident, right? But, and I used to fight against the comparison. Like, man, stop comparing me. I'm cute. I'm sexy. Leave me alone. Whatever. But it hit me when I looked in the picture of myself. I was like, damn, am I carrying all that weight? Like, I've never had anyone tell me anything. I never had a guy say anything to me. And I just kind of like rebelled against it. Cause I thought I looked fine. And then my mom passed away in 2014. And I'm looking at a picture of myself. And I'm like, oh, girl, you big. Like, what's going on? And then before all that happened, I was having anxiety attacks. Didn't know my body was telling me do something. I'm having anxiety attacks. I'm realizing I can't do certain things because of the weight, but I'm compensating in some kind of way. But I realized for me, I started younger, being compared to my sister or family or friends. And I remember for prom, my mom was a seamstress. She said, I'll make your dress if you lose weight. I'm like, you'll make my dress anyway. Stop it. You're going to make this dress. And that was just who I was. But she would tell me, I'll make the dress if you lose weight. I'm like, make the dress. Stop it. But I had to deal with those things. As I gotten older, I had to struggle with accepting the fluctuation and realizing I have to do better. You know what I mean? I need to do what I have to do. But I've always wondered for women who may have your same story of what the marker was and what caused it and how do you come out of it? Because as you and I both know, exercise releases so much for you. You feel energized, you feel healthy. It helps with depression, it helps with anxiety. Those endorphins just do something different. And it's really not about the number on the scale. it's all about the heart health.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, your blood pressure, is your heart healthy? That's all I care about now. Is my heart healthy? Do I have any do I need to take medication for anything? That's my biggest concern. Not the number on the scale, not the measurements of these thighs rubbing, causing a fire. My main thing is I need to do something for myself, not what anyone thinks I should look like, based on being healthy, so I can at least live past this wonderful age that I am right now. So I commend you for figuring it out on your own and doing what you need to do. So you run marathons? Ooh,
yeah. So I used to I used to run 5Ks and 10Ks, and I ran my first half the beginning of 2019, the top of 2019, and that was my outlet. You know, during that time in Seattle, as I was going through a depression and body image issues, I honestly think one of the ways that I was able to make it through was being able to still get up and go to the gym every day. Because I would say that the only way that I will make it throughout my day is if I go to the gym, because I dealt with some craziness at work that affected me mentally. And that will cause, you know, some of these breakdowns that I was having, that I said the only day I will make it through my day is by working out, because working out releases so much endorphins, releases so much energy, that it kind of like resets me to plan for what's about to come my way for the day.
And it's a form of therapy, right? It's a form of therapy.
Yeah,
but do you get a lot of resistance for people who say, "Well, girl, you running marathons, working out. Why you not a size -2?"
No, surprisingly enough, no one has actually said that to me. Maybe they thought about it. But no one has actually said that to me, and I think it's mainly because of what I stand for. And having a brand behind me that speaks to my body type, and that speaks to other women's body type that's similar to mine. So, because my whole thing was, you know, it don't matter if I'm a size 12 and up, I can still run, I can still jump, I can still be active, I can still eat healthy, I cannot go to the doctor and have high blood pressure, hypertension, pre-diabetic, and all this type of stuff. And then, you know, I think having my brand back me up, it spoke volume, it speaks volume. It was more than enough for people to understand why I am the way that I am. It was more than enough for people to understand if, you know, in 2018 you saw me, you know, I was a little bit smaller, and then 2020 I'm like 10 to 15 pounds heavier. And I'll be the first one to say, in 2019 my life hit me hard. You know, like, I was having marital issues. I was, you know, moving back to the East Coast, trying to look for work, trying to build a brand, trying to invest in my business, having so many different opinions in my life. All of that took a toll on my body.
And life happens, and you don't owe anyone an explanation. Life happens.
Life happens.
And we all handle stress differently.
Yes,
so.
And for me, because of my body type, I can still be eating healthy, and if I'm stressed out, I will still gain weight. So even though even though last year when I first moved out here to Virginia Beach, I was going to the gym every day, doing circuit training, doing all that stuff that I'm used to, but I was still gaining weight, and it was because, again, where I was mentally and what my environment was and circumstance, it wasn't the best for me. So it caused the weight gain. Now I'm in a place in my life where I'm happier, I'm settled. Now I can get back to, you know, the weight that I want to be, per se. But that doesn't stop me from, you know, reaching my goal of wanting to power lift, or getting up in the morning and running 3 miles in my neighborhood and completing a 5K 3 to 4 times a week. My weight doesn't stop me from doing those things. So I always tell women, I say, it's not about the number on the scale. It's about simply learning how to live your life green. because you can be 220 pounds, but go to the doctor and those numbers read excellent. And it's because your nutrition is on point, right? You're not necessarily losing weight, because with losing weight, there's a calorie deficiency. So you can consume the same amount of calories in a donut and the same amount of calories in cucumbers and still lose weight. But if your nutrition is off, those numbers won't read accurately when you're in the doctor's office, but you may still be thin. You might have lost 20 pounds, but your numbers are horrible.
And we know people right now that have who work out every day who have health issues,
right?
Who have passed
Exactly.
away, and like heart issues, bone issues, nutritional issues. It's really not
Right.
about that. But people love to say, they look at you, oh, you must be unhealthy. And it's like, no.
I'm actually, yes, I've gone through well, first of all, yes, I've gone through ish in life which has caused me to gain weight.
Mm-hmm.
But 9 times out of 10, I'm eating a pretty balanced diet, a balanced meal. You go to my doctor and pull my numbers, they're excellent. Don't come for me. Thank you. That's what you have to, tell those type of people.
Yeah.
And I just think we live in a society where we're just now seeing curvy women, body positivity speak up and speak for itself, to where it's saying like, hey, accept me for who I am. And before you judge me, understand my body type.
And the platform wasn't there. And it's so great that you're creating this safe space for women who we didn't have that before. It was all about lose, not about, are you healthy? How's your mental wellness? How's that? What could be causing it? I mean, you can have PCOS where you have certain things that won't let you lose weight. You can have a thyroid issue. There's always other things going on. If you're depressed, your body is holding on to it differently. And it's great that you have your platform you created for the people to feel comfortable. So when did you say, okay, I've taken care of me. I understand who I am. I understand my body and what I need. Now I need to show other women that this is out here. So when did you create your movement for other women?
So I started June of 2018. That's when I became official, because I filed for the LLC. Before, it was an idea, and I was just playing around with the idea. And I had a mentor say, Farah, like, you sell, because before I started my own company, I was selling like It Works and Melaleuca, and I was selling other people's products and other people's brands, but then the health and wellness industry. So I knew that this is a niche that I loved. It was just, how can I make it my own? And so I had my mentor, she said, if you can describe yourself in 3 words, what would you say? And I said, thick, bold, and healthy. And I was like, that is the name of my company, because there's so many women out there that feels that exact same way. And so at the time, I was taking care of myself. I was doing everything possible needed to do for my body. I was getting myself back together. And I just started doing the 30-day sugar detox challenges with women on Facebook. And I would post and I'd say, hey, ladies, do you want to join my 30-day sugar detox? And I got a huge response, women on Facebook, and people would sign up every month, $33. Just sign up. And so that's how I built my presence there on Facebook. People started knowing me as like a nutrition coach, a nutrition person, who's teaching women about self-love and teaching women about nutrition. And then those last 6 months of 2018 doing that, in 2019, when I moved back to the East Coast and I didn't have a job, I was like, I need to do something with my brand. I need to take it to the next level. And I want this message to be in front of everyone's faces. I mean, I'm still working on that, but I want this brand to be everywhere possible. And I came out with the Curvy Girl collection, the Curvy Girl Tea collection, which was a series of shirts and sweaters and hoodies with body positivity sayings on them. And so doing that, and after launching that, I got a huge response. So many people loved the shirts. So many people loved the hoodies, the clothing. I then started the Body of Gold podcast and then launched the Body of Gold book. And so because I got a good response while launching those three things, and it kind of set the message, it kind of like set the platform, like, okay, finally I got it. You know how in business you have to test out an idea to see if it's actually going to stick with people, that people got to understand. I felt like in 2018, that was me. I was trying to figure out, will people understand my message? Will people understand this barrier that I'm trying to break within the health and wellness industry? And in 2019, that's when I said, okay, I have a serious platform. Women do love what I offer. Women are coming to me, even as a curvaceous woman, for health advice. This needs to be pushed out more. So I came up with the t-shirt collection, the podcast, the book. And since then, it's been going. It's been going. And then now I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, it's time to revamp the logo. It's time to come out with wellness products.
Yeah. What's the next step? Like, it's time for the
yes, it's time to like really step it up, and not to say take it more seriously, but to show women like, hey, I'm really creating this platform for you. So next, it is the products. We're coming out with the wellness product line. We already have our coaching services. People, hire me to be their nutritionist, and people buy the body positivity apparel. But to take it up the next step, it's like, okay, come out with wellness products for curvy women by curvy women. And so this fall, we'll be launching our first wellness line. And then, we'll continue to grow from there and launch our app called the Everything Plus app. So those are the two things that I'm looking forward to. Please pray for me. I'm praying this product launch goes well.
Absolutely.
I'm praying that this app launch goes well too, because I just feel like those two things, especially the app, it's like a community outside of social media where women can actually chat with each other and really support each other.
Yeah, and it's just for them. They can go into it. It's just for them to communicate with like-minded, like-experienced individuals, because at the end of the day, we all want to have a safe space to communicate, and we all think we're alone. Like, no. And I think with this situation, with this COVID-19 Corona, it's showing people that we all can experience something at the same time. You're not alone. You know what I mean? And I think with this, the stresses of life, people are going to seek out that type of help because they now have to manage something totally different. You can't just go out and do something, or they don't know how to change up their usual routine of either going to a gym. Like, you can get out there in the nature and walk around and do something, or there's people you can talk to who know what you're going through and you can communicate with. You're not alone. And I know for me, it's really important to have those images out there that look like me. I don't feel like, am I just like, do I look crazy? What's going on? You want to have that also in the same time of the journey of wanting to improve the healthiness of yourself, not like you said, change the number of the scale. That's great, but it's all about the mind, body, and spirit. It's all about getting that mind together. Then you can take care of your body. If your mind's not right, no matter what you do, like you said, you're in the gym every day and didn't lose anything because your mind wasn't ready. Depression is real. Anxiety is real, and it will just, no matter what you do, if you're still going to go and burn off 400 calories and eat 400 calories, you're going to maintain what you're maintaining.
Exactly.
So how often do you do your podcast, and where can we find your podcast?
So I do my podcast every Thursday for the most part. Yeah, every Thursday. We are in season 2 of the podcast. We've been focusing more on COVID and how that's affecting people's overall health and wellness and how they feel about their body, what they're seeing in their environment, their mental health, everything like that. So That's every Thursday by noon, by 12 p.m. A new podcast episode airs, and it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, and Radio Republic.
Nice. So let me ask you, so you are a nutritionist, we can hire you. I saw that we can have different sessions with you. So what goes into hiring you as our nutritionist body image coach? You know what I mean? So what do you
Right.
offer?
So me personally, when it comes to the one-on-one coaching that I do, normally someone would set up a free consultation with me
Mm-hmm.
for about 15 to 30 minutes. We chat, we figure out what your major, health issues are, what your goals are. And then from there, I will tailor a nutrition plan and fitness plan for you. Like I'm literally customizing the plan based on your lifestyle needs. Because like I said before, not everyone's environment is the same. And also too, I'm looking at like your body type, and I'm looking at over the years, what's been going on with your body based on what you tell me. And so we work on that one-on-one for 3 months. And that comes with, bi-weekly coaching calls. It also comes with 24/7 access to me via text, and it comes with a 12-week customized nutrition plan. So I'm telling you what to eat, what not to eat, what type of foods you need to consume to reach your certain goals by a certain date. That's if your body is going to respond well to what we're doing. And then based on that, I will adjust as we go on through the weeks. And also, too, I most importantly, though, I expand your palate. I think a lot of my clients would say, not only has Farah taught me, how to lose the weight that I want to lose or maintain the curves that I already have, but she also taught me about self-care. She also taught me about, confidence and body positivity, and how all of that plays a role into my weight, into my health, and into my mental health. And she also expands my palate, because certain vegetables that I thought I didn't like, I actually love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's the joy that I receive the most when I coach people. And I think too, my favorite clients are the ones who have diabetes and, who are suffering from, various chronic illnesses, because they're the ones who are not just doing the work to quote unquote look good. They are really doing the work to change what's going on internally. And so when I get the reports from the doctor and they're like, yo, your A1C level decreased, or, you're no longer pre-diabetic, those are that's the joy that I receive. That's like, that just makes me realize what I'm doing and the work that I'm doing is not going to waste. It really has a purpose.
And I really believe, and you said it before, that once you get your mind in the right space,
Mm-hmm.
everything else that you do falls into place. Because many
Yeah.
times you see people with eating disorders or just obsessions over exercising. No matter what they do, they still don't see. And
Mm-hmm.
that's a mental situation. That's a barrier, that you're doing all this work and you're still not seeing the success. Then you're adding another health issue to your body. Because once you love the skin you're in and the person you see before all the work starts happening, then you can really enjoy and stretch your
The
stuff, and
process.
you get like, oh, I'm looking at me, my numbers are good, and my skin's
Right.
glowing, and I'm eating eggplant and shit that I don't like, and strawberries
Right.
and stuff, and I'm looking cute. My waist is coming in, even if it doesn't. I'm cute. I like
You.
myself. It's
Right.
important. You have to love yourself, right? You have to love yourself. And I really believe women who have children or nieces, or women that, young ladies that you may have to mentor, they can feel your positivity and they can feel your own self-worth. And
Yeah.
they
Feel that.
need to see and feel positivity to
Mm-hmm.
understand what that feels like, so they can know that it's okay. In this day and age of people still talking about how we wear our hair and the color of our skin and the clothes you wear, they need positivity to know that, listen, you
Mm-hmm.
fire. You look
Right.
good.
Right.
Make sure you get that. How's your mind? Are you sleeping? Are you taking days to read? Are you loving yourself? And if you love yourself, people notice that. I know for me, when I'm having those moments, people can feel it and tell. They may call me like, I can just tell something's going on with you. I'm like, oh, you can tell something's going on.
Yeah, you can sense that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can sense it. Oh, okay. Damn, I thought I hit it. But no, I really admire you for your journey. I admire what you're doing. And I'm looking forward to reading your book, 12 Steps to Your Body of Gold. Listen, I like, okay. I love it. That's my favorite color is gold. I like that. That's all I wear. And listen to your podcast. I was looking at your website, and I just love the thick, bold, and healthy. That's just
Thank you.
that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to maintain the thickness. I like having the meat. I'm real bold, and I just need to get that healthy back on track. Absolutely. So I really admire what you're doing. Your posts on Instagram it's so beautiful. Like your posts are eye-catching. Like when you're making the pancakes, just the lighting in the kitchen, and just you look happy doing it. You're like making it from scratch. You know, everybody don't cook from scratch. Like, you'll make things from scratch. I can't just buy some biscuits. But I just think it's so encouraging that you actually, very few people live the life they're trying to sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're trying to sell you something, and it's like, you're not really living that life.
Yeah.
But you can say, I'm living this life.
I am. And, you know, I'm always one to tell people, even, you know, because some people really don't scroll through Instagram. like how you did, you scroll and you look. But I am one to tell people that, hey, like, I'm not perfect. Like the heaviest that I've been was 235, and even at 235, that's the most confident that I've ever felt.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So it was like, even at my heaviest, because I had so much going on, and because I wasn't necessarily practicing all the, you know, the right stuff throughout my, you know, own health and wellness journey, because even as coaches, we're not perfect. We fall off too. There's not a lot of coaches that are in the health and wellness, fitness, nutrition industry that will be as transparent and show you their flaws. Like, literally, someone, and when I say someone, I mean like a customer who's been with me. And I don't just look at my customers as customers. They are my family. They are my community. They are my network. They can see the difference of how I looked in 2018 when I first started, even up until now. They see my body go up and down. They see my body transition. But at the same time, I always kept the message of keep going. Keep going. Like, you don't have to be perfect, and I'm not perfect. And I think it was important. It may sound crazy, but I think it was important for me to gain back some of my weight, because then it allowed me to see, okay, Farah, you really confident now. You in this. Like, you can look at yourself in the mirror and just love yourself, and love the skin that you're in, and love your curves, love your fupa, like, love the rolls on your back. Like, oh girl, like,
listen, sis, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna love these back rolls. You can have that by I can't. That's where I draw the line, okay? I can't love the back. I will love everything else, but you can miss me on these back rolls. But continue. I'm sorry, but I can't go with that one. Go ahead.
No, but it's to a point where it just feels it feels powerful knowing that even though you're not necessarily where you want to be throughout your health and wellness journey, your confidence level is at an ultimate high. And when your confidence level is at an ultimate high, and you're not necessarily quite there yet with your health and wellness goals, you know for a fact, once you reach your health and wellness goals, you just feel more alive and more accomplished. And you won't necessarily, like I said in the beginning, determine your worth based on the number that's on the scale. So I think because of my transparency, because I'm not afraid to give value, because I'm not afraid to just be open and honest with people and tell them, what my struggles are. I think that's why they are also hooked or in tuned, I would say, with the brand and what the brand stands for.
That's amazing. I have to say that I know for me, and I think you can agree, it's like once you get started, it's hard to keep going because the bed is
Mm-hmm.
calling. And the bad food tastes so good. But
Mm-hmm.
I will say that once you get going and you're starting to feel good and you feel a little different and things fit a little different and everything looks shinier and healthier, you don't want to go back. And like you
Yeah.
said, it's helped you mentally so much, what the endorphins released, what it does for you. You love that feeling, so you don't want to go back. And it's just all about staying the course, just staying on track. I have to say, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Fair, it's been a pleasure talking to you. You are a true motivation. Your
Thank
platform is so needed, so
you.
needed. And I look forward to see the next level of products and what you have going. I'm about to order this book, go on, find it somewhere, and get my 12 steps to body gold of body. I'm about to do
Ready to
it.
go?
I'm about to,
Yep.
about to make them wheat pancakes from scratch. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
He's like, I'm not doing
I'm not
that.
doing that. I'm not even gonna
Look,
lie to y'all today. I'm not gonna do
you
that.
just gotta figure out your level. And I always tell people, you
Yeah.
don't have to do what I do, but just figure out what's right for you. Your level. Your
I
level. That's
love to
all.
cook though. I love cooking. I love vegetables and fruit. I love all of
Mm-hmm.
that. I do. But I ain't making pancakes from scratch. I'm just not. I draw the line.
I made chocolate chip cookies from scratch the other day when I was craving chocolate chips. I said
Ooh.
instead of getting chips ahoy, I'm gonna make some vegan chocolate chip cookies, and they were pretty
Ooh.
good. Hmm. They
See,
were
that's
pretty
one
good.
I've tried. I've looked into doing the vegan
Hmm.
thing. Much respect. Much respect. I have quite a few friends who are vegan. I'm like, I respect you. I respect it. I follow Tabitha Brown on Instagram. I'm like, I respect it.
Yeah, I respect it too. I'm not vegan, but I will make certain foods, especially my desserts, because I know that one, I'm an endomorph. I gain weight easily. I'm sensitive to weight gain.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Two, because I have a sweet tooth, I do love chocolate. I realized that I just needed certain treats to substitute with
Mm-hmm.
my cravings. And
Mm-hmm.
so I found that just making vegan plant-based desserts were perfect for me and still satisfying my sweet tooth, but not packing on all those calories and taking all that sugar.
I don't have the sweet tooth. I have the savory, all the
So
trimmings tooth. Like if I eat a steak, I want all the baste that baby in butter and rosemary and garlic and pour that butter back on top of it. Give me all that. I want the fattiest cut. When I was watching, I've been on binge kick on Netflix, this documentary called The Chef's Table.
mm-hmm,
And I love watching food documentaries, but there's one person during this, she's a monk, nun
mm-hmm,
monk, and she doesn't eat any meat. And she was saying that the way she eats is all about the energy the food gives you
mm-hmm.
and the happiness in growing it and preparing it. And there was a
Yeah,
butcher who was a vet, and then he took over the family business. He's all about if the animals are happy, it'll be happy when it's in your body. But I was like, I can understand eating for energy purposes, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But I like when she was talking about she only eats vegetables and fruit, but she won't eat onions or certain things, but it's like the energy of growing it. And that's, you have to
yeah,
think of it that way. I'm like, I'll try to think of the energy, but I still like the
yeah. You
cow.
still like what you like. Hmm. It's the energy of not only growing it, but also the energy of prepping it, knowing that you're taking these various sources that are healthy and whole, putting them together to create something
Mm-hmm.
that you want and desire. I think that's why for me, sometimes making things from scratch, it can be so fulfilling because it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like I'm trying to be healthy. It's more of, no, I want to do this. I want to do it.
And that was
This is
happening with me when we were being home under, self-quarantine or whatever. During this time, I realized I have an awful sleep schedule. I only get about 3 hours of sleep a night.
mm,
And being home, not being able to go to work every day because we had shut down for a little bit. I bought all my groceries. I did like everybody else. I bought what I needed. It's just me home taking care of myself. I bought my
mhm,
stuff that I needed. I bought my fruits and my veggies, and I slept better. I
mhm.
ate better. I never had a headache. I didn't have any bone aches for at least 8 weeks. I was home, and I'd only leave to just maybe go walk or whatever. But cooking for myself, I love to cook. I do. But when life is going, it's easy to stop and get something. Even if it's a nice meal, nice restaurant, you didn't cook it, you don't know what's in it. But for
Right.
me, being home, it reminded me of eating my fresh vegetables, preparing my
Mhm.
meals. I know what I make. I know what I'm putting in it. I know my levels, and I was sleeping. And it all goes back to your own personal wellness. It all goes back to I was taking care of myself so much better. And as soon as I
Yeah.
went back to work, driving every day to work, oh, let me get that
Mhm.
sweet tea. Let me get that. I'm like, what am I doing? I had a headache for no
Yeah.
reason. I'm like, that's the problem.
Mhm.
I was tired I wasn't sleeping again. When I was
Mhm.
home, I was going to bed by 9 o'clock, which is so not like me. You can catch me up at 2 o'clock in the morning, like, hey y'all. Up till 2, fall asleep, back up at 4 o'clock in the morning, like, okay, let's get the day going. No naps throughout the day. But then I couldn't sleep. I was
Mhm.
holding tension in my neck. I had a
Yeah.
resting headache back here. And I said, you know what? I hadn't cooked for myself in about 2 weeks. I've been back to work about 2 weeks.
Right.
I haven't been drinking my usual water. I'm now drinking juices that I had left alone for so long. So it also,
Mhm.
for me, goes back into getting back to, and I think it doesn't take long to cook for yourself. You can meal prep on a
Yeah.
Sunday or a Saturday. Once you get used to it, I was eating my
Right.
breakfast in the morning, my tea, my egg, my toast, had my lunch, I had my fruits for my snacks. If I wanted something
Yep.
sweet, I had a little ice cream in the freezer. But I didn't gain any weight. I
Right.
actually lost a little few pounds. I was like, look at that.
Mhm.
But it's all about that mental wellness. I was taking
Yep.
care of me mentally.
Yep. And satisfying your day-to-day necessary needs and really making yourself a priority.
Yeah,
So,
I was a priority. Absolutely. I
mhm.
was. I wasn't allowing this to stress me out. I
Yep.
was saying to myself, I'm much better off than a lot of people, so let me not even stress, because I ain't got to worry about
Mhm.
taking care of any kids and homeschooling their children. I still have my
Yep.
job. Let me just chill out. I had no stress. My skin was amazing. I'm like, look at me glow.
Yeah.
Got back to work wearing these masks every day going out. I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm breaking. I got a little rash, a mask rash.
Right.
Them French
Mhm.
fries are calling my name and a big thing of sweet tea. Now I got swollen ankles from the sodium. What the hell? I don't like
Right.
myself. So I said, let me stop.
Mhm.
Let me
Yep.
pack my lunch.
Sometimes you just, yep, pack your lunch. Sometimes you just need to reset. Honestly, sometimes you need to reset, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, Miss Farah, thank you so much again. I know I said it already, but thank you for being on. Please let everybody know where we can find you and what's up next for you. You have your product launch coming and everything else,
Yeah.
but where can we find you to get all your help and information?
Yeah, definitely. So you can find me on Instagram at Thick Bows and Healthy, but follow me personally at Farah M Green underscore. So that's Farah M Green underscore, also on Instagram. I am on Facebook, so you can add me as a friend if you like. And check out the website. It's called thetbhlife.com. That's thetbhlife.com. and that's where you can check out the podcast, our merchandise, and the book. And then stay tuned for our product launch and app launch as well.
And I will have all this information in the description below, and I will be blasting this out to everyone. I follow everything, but I'm about to go friend her on Facebook. I'm about to be a total thick, bold, and healthy stalker around here. So whatever. Once again, thank you so much for being on. Hopefully we'll do this again. Everyone, thank you for listening and tuning in. Make sure you follow the show, listen to the show on all major platforms: Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, and Speaker. Until next time, thank you so much.